This is a true story. An elderly gentleman in his 80s arrived to have stitches removed. He stated that he was in a hurry and that he had an appointment at 9 o'clock. I asked him to take a seat, but as I saw how stressed he was over time, I decided I'd quickly attend to him. I asked him if he was in a hurry. He then told me that he needed to go to the nursing home to eat breakfast with his wife. So I inquired as to her health. He told me that she'd been there for a while, as she was a victim of Alzheimer's disease. I asked if she would be worried if he was a bit late. He replied that she no longer knew who he was and hadn't recognized him in 5 years. I was surprised and I asked him, "And you still go every morning, even though she doesn't know who you are?" He smiled and patted my hand and said, "She doesn't know me, but I still know who she is." That's true love. These are the 4 only ways in your life to get things done. Number 1, willpower requires a lot of brain power. Motivation requires a little bit less brain power. And then you have routines, requires even less brain power. And then you have habits, requires absolutely no brain power. So what you want to do in life is you want to create as many habits as possible, as many routines as possible. Rely as little as possible on motivation and not rely at all on willpower. You need these in life, but these are what is truly going to change your life. Create habits, create routines, my friend. Oh, I wish love had traffic lights so that I knew when to go for it, when to slow down, and when to stop. Follow me for more life advice. On the slope of Long's Peak in Colorado lies the ruin of a gigantic ancient tree. During the course of its long life, it was struck by lightning many times. Innumerable avalanches and storms of 4 centuries thundered past it. It survived it all. In the end, however, an army of beetles attacked the tree and leveled it to the ground. The insects ate their way through the bark and gradually destroyed the inner strength of the tree by their tiny but insistent attacks. There's a parallel in this story which should serve as a warning to us. Most of us can survive times of crisis with some of the strength of faith, of resolve, and we can overcome most large battles head on. It's the small, tiny things like jealousy, anger, resentment, pettiness and negativity that eats us up from the inside, which often brings about our downfall. Here are 5 signs that you need to reduce your stress, my friend. You get easily annoyed. You are completely unmotivated, you get anxiety or panic attacks, you start crying from nowhere, and you have no patience for anyone. You see stress impacts most of your entire system. So reduce your stress and these will turn around for you. Do it. Do it. A teacher once said to his class, "This is a $100 bill. What value has it?" $100, the students replied. He crumbled it up and he said, "How much value has it got now?" "Well, $100, they said. He threw it on the ground and he said, "How much value has it got now?" "Well, it's $100. He stomped on it and he said, "How much value has it got now?" "It's $100. Remember that in life. Whatever happens to you in life, however people treat you, you are still as valuable as before, and you ever will be. Remember to love yourself for that, because life will change when you look at yourself from that perspective. Follow me for more life advice. Here's a truly awesome story. Albert Einstein was on tour in Japan 1922 and stayed at the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo. When the bellboy helped him out, he didn't have any change to tip him with, so he said, "Do you have a napkin and a pen? And I will write my equation for happiness on the napkin, and it'll be worth way more than any tip I can give you." The bellboy gave him a napkin and Einstein wrote, "A quiet and modest life will bring way more joy than the pursuit of success bound with constant unrest." That piece of napkin and that note was sold by the bellboy's grandson just recently in Jerusalem for $1.5 million. It's a good story, it's a good equation. Follow me for more advice. When in love, the human mind tends to ignore the flaws of the other person, which is one of the reasons why it's so hard to leave someone who causes you pain.